Have you ever wondered what a war in the digital age looks like? It might not be what you think. It's not about tanks or missiles. It's silent, invisible, and it can happen while a city sleeps. Imagine a quiet night, the city lights dimming one by one. In just a few hours, something unprecedented is about to unfold. $81 million vanished without a trace. This isn't a movie plot. This is the true story of one of the biggest cyber heists in history. Our story begins in Dhaka, inside the imposing walls of the Central Bank of Bangladesh. From the outside, it's just another government building, but inside, it's a critical node in the global financial system. Every day, billions of dollars flow through this building, connecting Bangladesh to the rest of the world via a system called SWIFT. Think of SWIFT as the private messaging network for banks, the secure backbone that allows money to move across borders. It's supposed to be impenetrable, but someone found a way in. The breach didn't happen with a bang. It started weeks before the theft, with something deceptively simple: an email. An employee opened a message, clicked on an attachment, and just like that, the door was unlocked. The hackers were inside for weeks. They moved silently through the bank's digital corridors, studying the systems, learning the procedures. There were no alarms, no red flags. They were ghosts in the machine, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And that moment came on a Thursday night in February 2016. It wasn't just any night. It was the start of a long holiday weekend in Bangladesh. The bank was closed, the staff was home. As the clock ticked towards midnight, the hackers made their move. They began sending transfer requests, dozens of them, instructing the Federal Reserve Bank of New York to move millions of dollars out of Bangladesh's account. The destination: banks in the Philippines and Sri Lanka, while an entire country slept. $81 million began its journey across the globe. But how could nearly $1 billion in transfer requests go unnoticed? The hackers had planned for that, too. They had deployed malware that targeted a key piece of hardware: the printer. This specific printer was crucial because it automatically printed out records of all SWIFT transactions. The hackers' malware didn't just disable it. It made it appear as if it was simply jammed. So, while the money was flying out, the physical proof was piling up in a digital black hole. All the confirmation messages and alerts were intercepted and deleted. To anyone who might have glanced at the system, everything looked perfectly legitimate. The hackers requested a total of $951 million. But their grand plan was foiled by the smallest of details. One of their transfer requests, for $20 million, was sent to a bank in Sri Lanka. The recipient was an entity named the Shalika Foundation. That's right, Foundation with an F. The routing bank, Deutsche Bank, noticed the typo. Foundation wasn't a word, suspecting a mistake. They flagged the transaction and contacted the Bangladesh Central Bank for clarification. That one-letter mistake was the loose thread that would unravel the entire operation. It triggered a chain of inquiries that brought the heist to a grinding halt. But by then, $81 million had already made it to accounts in the Philippines. And that's where the money trail went cold. The funds were immediately withdrawn and moved into the sprawling, dimly lit casino complexes of Manila. Casinos are a money launderer's dream: fast-paced, cash-heavy, and with less stringent oversight. In a matter of hours, the stolen millions were mixed with casino funds, converted into chips, gambled, and then converted back into clean cash. The digital money dissolved into the chaotic flow of the city, vanishing almost completely. When the bank staff returned to work after the long weekend, they were met with a scene of absolute chaos. The printer was still jammed, the transaction logs were missing, and the account balance was $81 million short. A frantic investigation was launched, but it was too late. The money was gone. The shockwaves rippled across the global financial community. How could this happen? Who was behind it? The investigation pointed to a sophisticated group of cybercriminals. Evidence collected by forensic experts, including the malware's code and digital fingerprints, led them to one primary suspect: the Lazarus Group, a shadowy hacking collective widely believed to be sponsored by North Korea. This wasn't just a robbery. It was a state-sponsored cyber attack, designed to steal foreign currency for a sanctioned regime. The most terrifying part of this story isn't the $81 million that was stolen, it's the realization of how it was stolen. The hackers exploited vulnerabilities that weren't unique to the Bangladesh bank. The same weaknesses, the same potential for a breach, existed in financial institutions all over the world. The heist was a wake-up call, exposing a chilling truth about the fragility of our interconnected financial system. It leaves us with a haunting question. In a world where fortunes can be stolen with a few keystrokes, is our money really safe? And as we look to the future, we have to wonder, will the next global conflict be fought with weapons or with keyboards? This is just one story of how our digital world is changing. There are others, even more dangerous, happening right now. Subscribe for more true stories from the front lines of the cyber war.